When Mayor Rilling first ran for office, he made us a promise that he would always treat us fairly and give us the respect that we deserved as public employees. He has more than kept that promise in his last 2 terms, and for that reason and many, many more, we gladly endorse him again for his re-election attempt for mayor.
Well, thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lefty. Thank you to all the firefighters, the men and now the woman on the fire department. You know, I've always said that when you talk about a firefighter, or you talk about a police officer, you can never really fairly compensate them for what they do for our community, because you can't put a dollar amount on anybody's life. And every single day that firefighters and police officers come to work, they're ready to lay down their life for people that they've never met. They're willing to lay down their life for the city of Norwalk to do the job that they've been sworn to do. And I have always admired firefighters for having the courage to run into danger while others are trying to flee danger, or running in to pull somebody out of a dangerous situation. Again, somebody that they've never ever met in their life. That takes courage, that takes love, that takes compassion for fellow human beings. And again, it's so difficult to put into words the admiration that firefighters deserve. And I am truly honored to have received their endorsement now for the 3rd time. I take that as a tremendous honor, because again, they need to be treated with dignity and respect. They need to be listened to, they need to be heard, and we need to do everything that we can possibly do within our power to make sure that not only do they have a long and rewarding career, but also that they are able to come home every single night to their loved ones at the end of their tour of duty. We just want to make sure that we do everything we can to keep them safe, keep them well trained, giving them the tools, the knowledge, the experience, and the training that they need in order to protect our community. So I cannot say strongly enough how much I admire them and how much I appreciate this endorsement. Thank you.
You said you were treated fairly. Can you elaborate on that? What's that?
I think the mayor told us from day one that he always had an open door policy, and he's kept his word from day one. If we ever had an issue, a question, a concern, he was more than willing to sit down with us, discuss it, see if we can come up to it with a reasonable solution. We recently settled our contract that was very fair for both sides, we believed. There was no animosity, no arguments in the negotiations. It went very smoothly. Both sides figured out what they wanted, what they needed, and what they could work with. And I think we came up with a fair deal. So that's all we look for as public employees out of our leadership, and he's met that requirement every single day that we've had to deal with him.
You know, when I first took office, before I took office, and I spoke to firefighters, I spoke to police officers, I spoke to other municipal employees, I said, I find it rather, not offensive, but I find it not my way of doing business to bring in a high-powered negotiator to negotiate against people that put their lives on the line. I said, if I get elected, I will make sure that I hire somebody that will be able to negotiate in-house. And that's exactly what I did with Emmett Hibson. And then when Emmett left, I found Ray Burney, who is also the same kind of person who will sit down, negotiate in-house. And I find that the municipal employees, the firefighters, they're willing to sit at the table. They don't make unusual or unreasonable demands. They're willing to take a settlement package, look at it and say, yes, we can live with this. Now, a high-powered negotiator causes division in our city, and then at the end of the day, they leave, and we still have to work with each other. So it's better if we sit down, get this done in-house, and come up with the same package or better than we could have before, and still save probably $200,000 or more on the negotiating team from outside. So that's what we've done now, and I was glad to do that because I felt that was the way to do it.